Hello everyone, welcome to a new video for a Rndr, FET and injective price prediction based on Elliott Wave analysis. We're gonna dive with a Rndr from the all-time history here on this chart where we are looking at an A, B and a C here potentially toward the upside, finished wave A in the yellow scenario, followed by a W, 3 waves and a triangle, wave X, and of course it was a signal that we dive still deeper, of course, for this correction in W, X, and a Y or ABC. One of them, of course, still has to unfold in this area. In case we are in double 1, 2 as well scenario rather than ABC, it can be, of course, a wave 2, but unfinished. Also, still need to finish the W, X, and Y. Although ABC in both case scenario to push toward the upside, of course, over there in a wave 2. However, the highest possibility here, because of course of this very long I would say correction and bear market at the same time, I doubt to be in double 1, 2. It is much more likely it is a wave B there, and we are looking at 3 waves up and 3 waves down, and then continuation for wave C towards the upside later on once we finish, of course, this drop. Now, let's come to this part and focus on it. What we might expect in this area, of course, after 3 waves down for a W, and of course this triangle for a wave X, we are looking right now to finish up a structure there, whether it is a wave Y or it is a wave C, meaning you can be, of course, in a wave C in diagonal, for example, or an impulse. By all means, if this is a part of your diagonal impulse here, because you got, of course, a leading diagonal as a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, potentially this is your wave C. But if we are in a wave Y here, it is different. You can have only, of course, one more move toward the downside here, ABC 3 waves, and then pushing toward the upside. By all means, the difference is that if you have here a W, you would like still, of course, to reach the perfect time for this correction since the wave E there. And that means, of course, if we want to reach the 1 to 1 fifth time here, it can be, of course, a bigger zigzag or, of course, a diagonal there, wave C, to reach the 1 to 1 fifth time here for a wave Y. While if you are potentially in WX and Y, very likely that an ABC zigzag might finish exactly at the minimum requirement time here, 0.618, and then start to push toward the upside. So basically, it's much more here about time more than a price. I doubt that we're gonna take this wick low, but very likely maybe we're gonna take the 1 to 1 fib level taken from the W, X, and a Y here, or ABC as well. Can be, of course, 0.76 for Rndr, but very likely that we still need the time much more than lower prices. It can be, of course, at the same time pushing lower and lower very slowly, right? Very boring, and then pushing toward the upside once the time is finished. Yeah, so this is exactly what I'm looking for Rndr, guys, and this is what is going on mostly on all the altcoins there. Therefore, I'm still here looking for lower, whatever it's going on the lower time frame. Honestly, I'm not gonna dive very deeply. I know that we are currently estimating a 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5 wave 4, that it might, of course, hit the 1.618 here as an ABC, which it did already, but we still see weakness, meaning I doubt that it's gonna work, especially that the crypto market is under sell off right now. And I think that yeah, I'm not gonna wait for the invalidation over there, even 1.36, to say, oh, it is bearish, right? So because yeah, it's a very long I would say price here until to reach it, yeah, to say that that was bearish, right? So we start to see the weakness already from the fib level of a target ABC, and we're still pushing lower. So what does that mean? Definitely, of course, we are in ABC finished over there, and something impulsive as 1, 2 is unfolding here, 3, 4, 5 toward the downside, guys. Okay, and this might be your ABC, which is 1 to 1 fib level, 0.25, well, 1.0, sorry, $25. So I'm expecting the $1. By all means, it's a very psychological number, and I'm expecting the $1 here at least for Rndr. Now, if it is ABC, that's okay. We're gonna push for higher. If not, then it's gonna transform to the diagonal, right? So both case scenario here still suggesting for lower prices. The next one we're gonna see here is FET, also on the all-time history For FET, we are looking as well, almost the same thing with Rndr. So we have three waves up here, potentially finished wave A. We're looking for unfinished wave B or a wave 2, which I doubt wave 2. Much more likely it is a wave B. Definitely we are in W, X, and a Y. Same triangle. I'm not going to repeat the same, of course, analysis here that we did for Rndr, but in conclusion, you are looking here at W, X, and a Y in a zigzag, right? Or the ABC here. This ABC might be the diagonal. So ABC, of course, for a wave Y to finish up within 0.618 FIB time, or ABC in a diagonal 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5 to take more time here, and then pushing toward the upside. It's all about time again, of course, for the all-time history. Therefore, of course, lower prices are still expected here for FET as well, guys. So we're looking here after the wave 5, and this wave 5, of course, took the low yesterday, but I doubt that we're done and finished, despite that you see something pushing for higher. I doubt that it is, of course, something impulsive, especially as this is not a nice finish for an impulse 3 waves there. So basically, I would say that, yeah, this is only the beginning there. Unfolding 1, 2, 1, 2, potentially 3, 4, 5, 4, 5 towards the downside. Okay, so I still see continuation for lower, despite, of course, that the micro shows a little bit green today. So don't get, of course, into that trap. The lows are going to be taken. Don't forget 886, 886. And very likely, we're going to take the lows one more time. Yep, so this is regarding FET. Finally, we're going to see also Injective on the all-time history here. For Injective, we are looking also at double 1, 2. As you can see, we have those double 1, 2 here as 1, 2, 1, 2. Now, Injective is a little bit different from FET and Rndr. It shows also the WX and a Y. Despite that, of course, we still need the time. 0.618 FIB time is minimum requirement. Perfection would be the 1 to 1, which is still until August this year. And then WX and a Y here can be, of course, the A, B, and a C, or it can be the Y, the triangle 1 to A, B, C, D, and an E, taking the time and then pushing for higher. Why I think that it can be, and it is allowed to be in a triangle here for Injective, that because the X is not a triangle like Rndr and FET. It is a zigzag. So very likely to get, yeah, it is very likely to get a triangle or a flat, or potentially still be a zigzag also possibility. Yeah, so can be. So in case we are in ABC as well, don't forget this can be a 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Still looking, of course, for something as an ending diagonal here, 3, 4, 5 to reach very, very low. Can it be a 1 point, let's say $2? Yes, can be, because of course the 1 to 1 fib level ABC here can be, of course, very likely as well for Injective. Yeah, very, very deep. So I believe that this area has to be filled here and has to be taken until we start to think bullish there. Yep. So that was it for Injective, Rndr, and FET. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your likes and comments. See you in the next one. Bye-bye.